Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Tuplex. So in the last episode we got some sulfuric acid production going. I added a second tank here just so we could store up more of it. And the other thing that I did is I moved everything down a few tiles. Because one thing that's bothering me is the massive distance between this side of the base and this side of the base, particularly where my supplies are. You can see I'm making brass pipes now. So I thought maybe what I could do is extend the rail. Right, I have room for another station right here. I thought I could just extend a rail line. I think I'll have to turn south around here somewhere, but I'll just extend a rail line all the way over here, and then either come up at the rear end of this or over here somewhere and put a second train stop so that way I can take my train over there. And that will be more convenient for me to get back and forth from over here to over there. On the other hand, now that I think of it, rather than having a separate stop, it would probably be better to put this stop here and have both stops on the same line. That way, well, no, I couldn't go back and forth. Or could I? If I wanted to come to the stop from that way, I think I would need a stop on the other side. So maybe that won't work. But anyway, I'll figure something out, some way that we can get back and forth more easily. In the meantime, the sulfuric acid is slowly producing. It's not real fast, but then again, the production plan here is only to run this machine 20% of the time. So I think we're making enough of it right now. So the next step will be to continue the process to move towards batteries and science pack 3s. So let's do that. I've gotten myself a bunch of bronze pipes. So I'll join these two pumps together here. And I think we can run this over next to the saline water pipeline that we have there. All right, so let's bring this north. And for long runs of pipe, I am going to use the bronze pipe. In fact, I'm even thinking about just using bronze pipe exclusively from now on. Might not be a bad idea. My only concern is that I've got tons of stone, so stone pipe is pretty cheap. And maybe using bronze pipe is going to be a waste of resources. So for now, I'm going to keep both with me, but for the longer runs, I will use the bronze. Okay, so there's 200 of those, and I'll get another single stack of straight pipes. Go finish that up. And then we'll start making batteries and blue science. Okay. So blue science I will put up here next to where the other science packs are. And maybe I'll put the battery production just below that. I think I know I'm going to need to send the batteries elsewhere. Let's see where else those are used. Okay, so we need those for accumulators, robots. All right. We use them for a lot of items, but I think this is the only continuous production item that they're used for. Everything else is for base equipment, nothing else for science or raw materials. So, yeah, we'll make it over here, and then we'll probably need to run it over to the supply area or somewhere close to there at some point. But for now, I think we can just build it to locally support the blue science packs with the option of getting it out of there to other places when we need it. All right, so let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Okay. There we go. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to press Shift D, and my problem is that I changed the to-do list from Shift T to Shift D because Shift T is also used for auto research. So what if I just make that Control T? I don't know if Control T is used for anything else. I don't think it is. There we go. And I can always just access it there anyway. Okay, so we'll need 2 belts going in. So maybe we can do our inputs. Actually, let's bring 2 in, and then I'll use this belt for the batteries, and then this belt for the output. And then that'll have to come up here, and I'm going to need to move some of the labs to get another belt. Okay, so we need engines. Why don't we put engines and plates over there? Where do I have the engines? Engines are down here. Okay. All right, so let's get the engines over first of all. Okay. That's convenient. Okay, and let's put the bronze plates there on the other side, since those are right here. That's the easy way to get across rather than doing this type of thing. All right, and then I think slow inserters on everything are probably going to be okay. Yeah, inputs and outputs. All right, so we'll put slow inserters there. We're going to need long inserters for the batteries. Slow inserters going in up here, and then long inserters going out. Like that. Yeah, and I might want to start making Mark II power poles now as well. Those will cover a bigger area. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, and then up here we can put the electronic circuit boards. Now those are not on the bus yet. And those are going to have a long way to travel. So let's get that set up next. Okay. How about right here? Yeah. All right. So in this case, there we go. Actually, maybe it doesn't need to go that far. Now let's see. Circuits are over here, right? So I think this is where I'm going to want the other circuits to go. Like that. All right. Let's get some loaders. Just put my little buffer chest there. Out of belts. Fortunately, I'm not too far away from those. I did get some feedback. I put a RoboPort here just because I was annoyed with seeing that thing blinking that it wasn't in a network. I don't have any bots or anything yet. I just made one RoboPort and put it there to make the blinking stop. It was giving me seizures. Yeah, a couple people have commented that having the transistors and electronic components on these belts is not a good idea. That actually needs to be upgraded. There we go. Just because of throughput issues. Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. It's not ideal to do it like that, but it was convenient in this case, and I don't intend to do a lot. I don't intend to build up a lot more production capacity here in the starter base. So in other words, I don't plan to have a lot more demand on the things that I'm making here in the starter base, except just to make supplies and stuff. Once we get some of the tech that we need, I want to start building all that stuff outside of the main base in the rail network. Okay, so now we need to make the batteries. So we're going to have 2 chemical plants, and we'll put them down here on the end of the belt. There we go. All right, and these require, let's do this instead. That way we can get all the pipes in one spot. All right, and I think I'll just run the pipe up here. Rather than going all the way out to the other side of the bus, going up and then coming all the way back over. I'll just run it up here. If we have to move it at some point, obviously we can do that. See, so one belt. Yeah, I'm only going to need one belt in, so one space like that should be fine. There we go. Okay. And then these are 5 seconds each. Okay, and then here we just need to get plastic and lead plate. Okay, here's plastic down here. Let's see. So if I bring this straight across here, and this is conveniently already on a single-sided belt. So I can add lead plate to the other side. Like that. Okay, and now we have plastic and lead plate, and this should start to run if I didn't forget anything. Awesome. All right, and I'm gonna offset one of these, and I want to start memorizing the keyboard shortcuts for that. All right, so to change the offset, it's Shift N. So if I hover over this, press Shift N. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I just want to let this run for a minute or two, just to make sure that we're actually producing the batteries fast enough to keep all these running. Usually when you start up, it takes a little while to stabilize because these are, they're loading double the amount that they need. The assembler machines always load twice what they need to make one, and then after that it'll stop loading. So sometimes when you start up a line, it takes a few minutes before they all get full and stop taking twice what they need. Okay, so that looks good, and we're starting to accumulate some extra batteries at the end of the line there, which is what I was hoping to do. And we have plenty of room to add more battery production machines when we need them, which is probably not going to be too much longer, especially if we're going to start to make robots. So since we're here, let's go ahead and make a few more of these. All right, and so what I will do is I'm just going to copy that part like that and like that. There we go. And then obviously these are going to stop soon, but at least this way we've got some extra battery capacity there for when we need it. Okay, and are we making enough plastic and lead plate and electronic circuits to keep this running? I have no idea. We'll find out. Okay, so time to get this upgraded. Let's do this the easy way. I'm also going to upgrade the power poles here so that I only need them on one side. Oh, you know what? Maybe I am still going to need them on both sides. Yeah, I still am going to need them on both sides. Oh well. Unless I make Mark IIs. Let's try some Mark II power poles. For those I need tinned copper wire and brass plates. Alright, so there's some brass plates, and I know I'm making tinned copper wire already over here in massive amounts someplace. Not there. Down here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's actually it's actually on the bus as well. There we go, and oh, brass, not bronze. Okay, well, I guess I can't make those because I don't have brass yet. I wonder what it takes to make brass. Molten brass, no surprise there. Copper and zinc, copper, tin, and zinc, copper, lead, and zinc. Okay, what do we need for zinc? Zinc ore. And where do we get zinc ore? From Givelite chunks, bobmonium chunks. Okay. Yeah, that comes from stuff that we're not quite making yet. We could make mineral sludge. In fact, that was recommended to me by somebody. Was for early game to use mineral sludge to make some of these less common ores, so that we don't have to start doing chunks and crystals and stuff like that yet. So I'll probably do that. So why don't we add that to our task list? Mineral sludge to ores. I think we also need it for catalysts. We'll assign it to Tuplex. He's the only guy that ever gets anything done around here. Let's see. I think we could do that after we get some bots going. It seems like it would be a good time to do that. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, the labs. Okay, and now we're going to have to add some extra inserters since we have 2 belts. And I don't intend to do more than 4 science packs here in the main base, or in the starter base. So I don't think we'll have to do this again. Alright. That's good. That's good. All right. So why don't we start with the personal roboports? Awesome. And we're doing science again. Let's throw in some lights. We'll do lights on both sides because science is important. Okay. So, to-do list, blue science is done. And next is going to be that other stuff. Let's see what other research we want to do. Yeah, I think advanced oil and gas might be good to do. Slag processing 2, I think is going to be good. Yeah, and then we might have to do like advanced zinc smelting. We might want to do steam cracking, strand casting. All right, yeah, chemical refining would probably be a good one. Oh, and then we can do mining productivity. We can do long reach, tool belts, and so forth. I think some of that would be good to do as well. Power armor. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that we can do. Obviously, it's just a matter of deciding what we would really want to work on. Electric furnaces would be good. Okay. Well, this is going to be a little bit on the slow side, so we'll let that work for now. And then we can start to plan for construction robots with the time that we have left here. All right, put that away. All right, so we got personal roboports. That's great. So I can probably even make one now, and some solar panels and stuff. Yeah, let's do... I'm not making engines yet. Long reach, that's kind of expensive. Robotics 2 would unlock better bots. And then we got some military stuff, which I'm not terribly interested in. Okay, well, let's do exoskeletons too. All right, let's see if I can make one of those roboports. Need some batteries. Okay, now I can make one. Glass and silver I don't have. All right, so let's make, I don't know, 10 solar panels. And a couple of batteries. I'm also going to start accumulating a few batteries. Okay. All right, RoboPort. And this will give me... How many? How many can I control with one of these? I think it's 10. Yeah, 10 bots. Okay. So what I'd like to do is I would like to see how much power we can actually generate with these Mark I solar panels. Because if it's not going to be very much, then I'm afraid that the bots might not be very useful. All right, so we can do, yeah, so if we do that, that'll give us room for more batteries if we need them. But it's daylight now, and I can see that the batteries are not charging at all. Let's take the RoboPort out, just so we can get the batteries charged first, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, from the looks of things, those solar panels are not doing a whole lot. So let's make another 7 of those. And then maybe we'll need to work towards getting some glass and silver so that I can make the Mark II solar panels, which have 50% more output. Okay, and one more. There we go. We'll put the RoboPort there. Okay, and then the bots, for construction purposes, the bots that I want to use are these. And let's take a look at what we need for those. All right, so construction robot. We need robot tools, which are made from steel. Okay, that's no problem. Robot brains are made from stuff that we already make. And flying robot frames. Looks like we're going to need electric engines next. All right, and those require lubricant. And it looks like there's only one way to make lubricant, and that's from mineral oil and residual gas. And the mineral oil needs to come from crude, or it could come from vegetable oil. But I think I'd rather get it from crude. I don't know. I'll have to give that some thought, and maybe you guys can let me know what you think too. I think we could probably get to it a little bit quicker by making it from oil. Right, we refine the crude oil, and then we're going to start getting mineral oil, as well as other stuff that we won't know what to do with for a while. And then the residual gas. Actually, I think we already have some residual gas, don't we? Yeah, we already have some residual gas up here. Okay, so yeah, so I think getting that from oil is probably going to be the easiest way to do this, and we're going to need that before we can make the bots. So so let's look for pump jacks and see what we've got as far as pump jacks are concerned. We can make Mark IIs. We can't make Mark IIIs yet, but I can make Mark II pump jacks. So the Mark IIs have a power of 2 and a speed of 2, and these are a power of 2 and speed of 1. So the Mark IIs are twice as fast, and I think we should use those because here in the main base we have a very limited amount of oil. That's the gas. All right, yeah, the oil's over here. We've got 1, 2, 3. Looks like we've only got 4 spots. So let's make all 4 of those pump jacks, and let's make a storage tank, and we can get to work at collecting oil. And in the meantime, let's do advanced oil processing, because that's going to give us that recipe, advanced heavy oil refining, which is going to give us more lubricant, right? So we can do that research while we're setting up our pump jacks and getting ready to pull the oil out of the ground. It looks like stone. Is crushed stone backing up? Ugh. It is indeed. Alright, I'm going to replace these with the fast ones. So this one's crushed stone, and this one is regular stone. Okay. All right, advanced oil is done. Let's do advanced gas as well. Yeah, and I might have to start doing something with this crushed stone. You know, the easiest thing, probably not the best thing, but an easy way to do this would be just to set up a second warehouse. I think I'm going to use it eventually. So I'm not too concerned about doing that. Especially once we start making stuff from mineral sludge, I think we're going to end up using a lot more of it. Let's check that. Sludge. All right. Yeah, mineral sludge comes from slag slurry and purified water. Slag slurry is made with slag and with crushed stone. Yeah, so we'll do this for now, just to prevent anything from getting backed up, and then it seems like we're going to be starting to use large quantities of this stuff pretty soon. And then hopefully we can get rid of one of these tanks, or one of these warehouses. Actually, what I should do is bring this down to this one. All right, now let's do this. All right, so we'll have the input come here, and then the output up here. Because this is where all the action takes place, all the ins and outs of the crushed stone. So that way this will always get as much crushed stone as it can handle, and the excess will fill up in this one. All right, and let me get rid of that. Okay, so let's head over and set up our pump jacks. Looks like coal in the main base is getting close to running out. Ooh, and my stereotyte is almost gone too. So I'll probably have to set up a stereotyte mine. Actually, I do have another stereotyte mine over next to the hardware store. Or a stereotyte patch, I should say. So we might just want to take advantage of that before we set up a train outpost. Okay. We need to get these belts out of the way. Okay, let's get that picked up. I should have never picked it up. I'm going to be carrying it around for the next 3 hours of gameplay. Whoops. There we go. Alright, I'm not sure if that's going to give me enough room or not, but we can get started. I'll have the pump jacks face this way and put the tank over here. Let's see, let's put red ones there. There we go. Yeah, if I just wait a second, I can get rid of mine. There we go. Okay. That goes there, and that goes there. Okay, so one of those is good. And then I think I'll just use the stone pipes in this case. And here's my storage tank. Where do I want this to go? Where am I going to do the refining? This is going to be to make lubricant for the bots. I mean, I guess we can do the refining over here. I don't see any reason not to do it here. Alright, so I'll put the tank like this. Okay, and that'll give us the multi-phase oil that we need to, oops, lubricant. Alright, so then the base mineral oil, now that we can do the advanced 20, okay, oh, I don't have gas condensates yet. Okay, so I think this is the recipe that we would want to use because this way we get 60 base mineral oil per 60 crude oil and residual gas. Yeah, so that's that seems to be the best ratio for making lubricant. And then the crude oil we get from the multi-phase oil. We process that in the oil and gas separator. Alright, so let's put a pump here. And we'll go one full pipe length away. Alright, and let's see if we can craft a couple of oil and gas separators. I need iron. And yeah, I just need iron. I want to craft a few storage tanks as well. Okay. I'll just make 2 of them to start with. Alright, and that is going to make raw gas, crude oil, and more sulfuric wastewater. Okay, so let's get 2 liquid tanks. and 1 gas tank. I need more stone brick. Got to get rid of those science packs. All right. Yeah, so we'll get this process started, and then I think that is going to take care of this episode. All right. I will separate those by 1. Okay. Yeah, oil separation. There we go. I really like the sound. All right, so we'll do 3, 2, and 1. 3, 2, and 1. There's the crude. There's the natural gas. There's the sulfuric wastewater. And where shall we put our storage tanks? Down here, I suppose. All right, so we'll put crude oil there. We'll put the sulfuric wastewater here, and then we'll want to ship that down to where we're making the acid. Let's pick up that drill. And then we have a gas tank for the natural gas. Yeah, I think I'll just put that 1, 2, 3. I'll put that right there. Okay, so we've made our first foray into petrochem, which everybody tells me is like the most complicated thing in the world. I'm inclined to believe it, but you know, I'm not going to let that scare us off. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. That's going to do it for now. The next episode will keep going towards making lubricant so that we can make some engines and make bots from the engines. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.